sisters of my heart. My name is Fulvio. I'm going to play and sing a couple of songs to help me, to help you, to help us to harmonize ourselves, to prepare for the Spiritism talk tonight. So the first song called Vibration, and goes like this. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality. And we join Jesus for eternity. Now I'm gonna sing a song that really calmed me down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in His arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done made the hay. Music lifts, His spirit sings sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy and peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in His arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in His arms I sway. Body harmonizes, how well done in the hay. spirits and sweet ballet. Nature's love, a constant giveaway. In joy, in peace, my heart finds its way. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, and His arms I sway. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in His arms I sway.
Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, mate, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try, build that bridge over troubled waters, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrows, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark home place, no more fear, no more fight. Someone told me long ago that life is just a long road. Sorry, mate, but life to me is way much more. No matter what it seems to be, it's always time to make a change. Sometimes all we need is only one more chance. So try, build a bridge over troubled water, fly. If that's all that you have left to do, I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark home place, no more fear, no more fight. I want more happy sunny days. I want more happy smiles on your face, love sparkling the eyes. Tears no more sorrow, no more bad days, no more cries, no more dark home place, no more fear, no more fight. Let the sun on the way shine, shine. Let the sun of the new age shine, 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 shine. Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so close. Sometimes we build our dreams, but then we see them decompose. a chance, my friend, the sun will shine again on you. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Have little faith in you. Maybe tomorrow you can dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, it doesn't mean the end. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Sometimes okay to feel blue. Have little faith in you. Dream all the dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, your dreams can get you through. Have little faith in you.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus, and when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
c'est un voilà, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre, j'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise la lune, tu la vois. Il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi. Et pendant ta paix en famille, tous les jours on se reverra. Et pendant ta paix en famille, tous les jours on se reverra.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to our Spirit Talk. We thank everyone for joining us tonight, as always. So, before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. As usual. So, we ask you to turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place to stay during this time if possible. Our meeting will have a 30 minutes presentation followed by Q&A. And after the presentation, we will have a spiritual treatment or spiritual care with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. Our meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Conference Americas through their Facebook and also every Saturday at 8 p.m. by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. For those who want to learn more about Spiritism, Get to Know to Spiritism is a free and online course that happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. New class will be starting in the fall, so reach out for more information through our social media or here on our Tuesday talks. And stay tuned. We offer gospel virtual live gospel at home. Did you know that? The gospel at home is an effective support that you and your family's spiritual harmony. We will motivate and guide you in establishing and maintaining the gospel at home study meetings. By posting in the chat, you can request it. So please let us know. You are welcome to include your or someone else's names on the list of positive vibrations for incarnate or discarnate. The person you indicate will be assisted by good spirits and provide healing energy and strengthen goodwill. Please find the link in our chat. The topic of today's meeting will be the Incarnation of the Spirits, second part of chapter 2 from the Spiritist book, which will be facilitated by our sister Anna from Alabama. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and they will be addressed at the end of the talk. And now we would like to invite our tonight's speaker, who will also do our opening prayer. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you. Good evening, Marceli. How are you?
I am doing great. Better now with you here.
Oh, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here as always. Okay, so I'll see you later.
All right. All right. Bye. So, welcome again, everyone, and good evening or good morning or good afternoon, whatever time. If you are joining us now live, we are thankful for you. But if you're also watching later on demand, we are also grateful for your company. So like we always start, let's start with a prayer. So let's close our eyes, calm our hearts, calm our respiration, let go of all the thoughts and all the worries of the day. Let's seek that inner peace at this moment. Seek the presence of our Master Jesus, asking Him to open our hearts, to expand our intelligence, to soften our spirits so that we can really gather the most from this meeting, from this time together around the message of Jesus, around the tenets of Spiritism, this time where we come together to seek to better ourselves and to come here and renew our faith, to come here together in under the message of Jesus, seek the strengthening of our faith, of our courage, and our commitment to the good. Jesus, bless our homes, bless our places of work, together with you and all the spirits here present with us. We thank God for our lives and for all life forms around us. Stay with us, Master, today and always, and so be it. All right, so as Marceli said, today we're going to talk about the Spiritist book. So I'm going to share my screen, and actually I don't have slides today, so we're just going to talk. I have my physical book here with some notes, and I'm going to share with you guys the link here that we usually share with you about the book. So let me share 1 minute. All right, so it's chapter 2 for part 2, the Incarnation of Spirits, and it's actually a smaller chapter. So there's 3 parts on this chapter, and one is the purpose of incarnation. The other one is the soul. And the last section that has a lot of reflections, from Kardec, called materialism. So the purpose of incarnation. So have you thought about that lately, right? Why are we here, right? Why we are incarnate here in whatever country you are incarnated, in wherever place of the world you live in, whatever language you speak, with the family that we have. Why are we here? Are we here just to wake up, work, pay bills, go to sleep, and start everything over again the next day? Are we here to suffer? Are we here to live like there's no tomorrow? Right? Really just thinking about ourselves, not caring about others. Is that the purpose of the incarnation? So this is a chapter that I feel like is my opinion, as I had to study it a little bit so that I could lead our discussion today, that actually brings us a lot of questions and give us a lot of information too, like the Spirit's book usually does. But that is important, I think, because I really try to see that what we do here, what we learn. Why am I learning Spiritism? Why am I is just to gather knowledge like any other knowledge that I have? I think that's not really, that is good, is one good part of it, the knowledge, but I try to see if this becomes my beliefs, what is that then changing my life, right? So how can I apply that to live a better life, right? To become a better version of myself. So when Kardec asked the spirits, In question 132, what is the purpose of the incarnation of the spirits? And that's what they said. God imposes incarnation for the purpose of leading spirits to perfection. Wow, right? Is that the answer that we thought as we started the meeting today? And I started asking, why are we here? So we are here incarnated for the purpose of leading ourselves to perfection. That's why God gave us this opportunity, right? And they continue. For some, it's an expiation. For others, a mission. So also, sometimes we are always just thinking more of this negative idea of incarnation, or that we're here to pay or we're here to suffer. That's not the case. That's incomplete and misleading idea, right? So for some it's an expiation, but some spirits are here too, incarnated amongst ourselves as a mission, meaning that they don't have anything to expiate, but they come here to inspire others. And then you can see how wonderful God is, right? That he gives us such a blessing, that is the incarnation, but not alone, not without any resources. On the contrary, he even allows others, but not necessarily need that incarnation, but they can come here on a mission to help us, to teach us, to motivate us, to encourage us to keep in the path of good, right? But the Spirit says, in order, however, to reach that perfection, that is the point, the purpose of incarnation, spirits or us, we must undergo all the vicissitudes of corporeal existence. Therein lies their expiation. So the key is that, right? The key is exactly the situations that we find ourselves in, right? With all the complexities, the challenges, the big emotions, the big events, right? The way that we go through the challenges and through the difficulties in lives, that is, where it's the process through what we can perfect ourselves, right? And they continue saying that incarnation has a further objective, which is to place spirits in situations where they can do their share in the work of creation. I don't think, at least, speaking from myself, that when we start thinking about the purpose of incarnation, that we think, well, the purpose is to perfect ourselves, so that is okay. But that we think that we have a chance with our incarnation to be co-creators with God, right? So the spirits continue saying, on each world, the spirits clothe themselves with an instrument that is in harmony with the essential matter of that world, so that they may use that instrument to carry out the orders of God. In this way, they contribute to the general work and progress at the same time, right? So now, hopefully, with the reference of the Spirit's book, we can say, if posed with this question, what is the purpose of incarnation? It is to progress and to contribute with the general work. It's to co-create with God. It's to transform. It's to create a better place, right? And in some of these questions, Kardec has some other explanations that he puts. And in this question 132, he adds a little bit, saying, the action of corporeal beings is necessary for the evolution of the universe, but out of divine wisdom, God has willed that in his same action, they might have a means of progression and drawing near to God, right? Progressing and drawing near to God. Because every time we're progressing, we're evolving spiritually, we are getting closer and closer to God, because it means that we can follow God's laws, right? Thus, through an admirable law of divine providence, everything is connected and everything in nature is solidarity, right? So that's why we shouldn't be thinking that we are here to suffer, right? Or to pay. No, we are here to progress, because everything, the law is of justice, but is also of, it comes, the mercy, the justice of God comes with mercy, right? With providence around it, so that everything is connected, so we can help each other in this path, right? In this incarnation. So have you thought about that? That, everything is connected, everything is connected, and everything in nature is solidarity. Sometimes we might forget that, right? But it's the essence, right? Then Kardec in question 133 asks, but what about for the spirits who have followed the path of the good from the beginning, right? If we have multiple births or multiple incarnations, if we keep doing good choices, making good choices in those births or lives, is incarnation still necessary? And here the spirits remind us of something that we talked about in the last chapter, in chapter 1 of part 2, talking about the spirits, that when the spirits remind here again us that we are all created simple and ignorant, gaining instruction through the struggles and tribulations of corporeal life. Since God is just, God will not make some blissful without their having deserved it through hardship and work, right? So we are all created simple and ignorant in the way that we learn as we go through these experiences of life, right? And it's not that, like we talked in that chapter, it's not like that God created angels and demons, right? Spirits, they are just perfect, and then others, they are inherently bad, right? And then Kardec adds a little bit, and he says, but then what benefit is there for spirits to follow the path of good if it does not exempt them from the hardships of corporeal life, right? So we know it's not easy to be incarnate. I mean, that we can agree, right? These corporeal body that we have, the struggles to sustain life, right? We need to eat. We need, a safe place to sustain our life, so we are not exposed to the elements. We are not exposed, to dangers, right? And diseases and things like that. So all of this makes us have to take care of ourselves, have to work, right? Have to do things too. But the spirits remind Kardec and us that even if you're following the path of good through these incarnations, you can reach the goal more quickly if you make good choices, right? So he's saying, they remind us that the hardships of life are often consequences of the spirit's imperfections. So the more purified it becomes, the fewer torments it will have to suffer, right? Spirits who are not envious, jealous, greedy, or ambitious will not have to endure the torments that result from such defects, right? So even if there is a benefit, right, in going through the incarnation making good choices, because then reaching the goal of perfection can happen quicker than if we kind of waste these opportunities and we make bad choices. So this is the purpose of, the sections on the purpose of incarnation. It's actually only 2 questions, but it's a lot of information for us to think about. Now we come to the section about the soul. And Kardec asks, what is this soul? And the spirits say, an incarnate spirit. Kardec asks again, what was the soul before its union with a body? And the spirits say, the soul before the union with the body was a spirit. The Kardec asks again, are souls and spirits therefore one and the same thing? And then the spirit says, yes, souls are no more than spirits, right? Souls are incarnated spirits. So before united with the body, the soul is one of the intelligent beings who populated the invisible world, and it later temporarily assumes a physical envelope, a body, in order to purify and enlighten itself, right? So now on question 135, when Kardec asks, do human beings possess something else besides a soul and a body? And hopefully you can remember that we talked in the previous chapter too. Yes, right? So here is like the link. The spirit says, yes, there is a link that unites the soul and the body, right? And if we all remember, the name of that link is the perispirit, right? So Kardec asks, what is the nature of this link? And the spirit says it is semi-material, meaning halfway between the nature of the spirit and that of the body. These 2 natures need, in order to communicate with each other. It is through this link that spirits act on matter and vice versa. So it's through the perispirit that the things that affect the body can reverberate or can also affect the spirit, and things that are from the spirit can actually also be manifested in the physical body. So then, to summarize, human beings consist of 3 essential parts. So we have the body, or the material being, that is similar to that of the animals and animated by the same vital principle. We have the soul, or the incarnate spirit, which inhabits the body. And we have the perispirit, or the intermediary spirit principle, a semi-material substance. Sometimes, we talk about being an envelope, a semi-material envelope. So it serves as the primary envelope of the spirit and unites the soul with the body. These 3 together are like a fruit, which consists of a seed, the flesh, and the rind. So we talked about these images too, like maybe an avocado, where you have the peel, then you have the fruit and the meat of the fruit itself, and then you have the seed. Or I also talked to you about being a pen, right, where you have like the cover, you have the little plastic, more malleable tubing that it's inside this plastic cover that has the ink that is actually what makes the pen really works, right? So you would have the spirit, the perispirit, and outside the body, right? So I hope that is a good review for us. Then Kardec asks some other questions, and especially he keeps going with and asking the spirits about some other theories that other researchers or philosophers at the time had about, the soul and things like that. But I'll let you kind of read those for yourself so we can finish this chapter today. But I would like to skip now to question 137, because I think that is an important concept. Kardec asked, can the same spirit incarnate in two different bodies at the same time? And the spirit says no. The spirit is indivisible and cannot animate two different beings at the same time, right? So the spirit is indivisible. And in question 141, Kardec asks, is there anything correct in the opinion of those who think the soul is outside the body and surrounds it? So the spirits explain that the soul is not enclosed in the body like a caged bird. Rather, it radiates and manifests outside of the body, like a light shining from a glass globe or a sound vibrating out of a sonorous center. So it's, so we see that the soul is inside the body in the way, but not, this is a good, I think, images for us to consider. It's not like a cage bird. The bird inside the cage is only inside the cage. It cannot be outside, right? However, if we think about the light and the light bulb, the light is inside the light bulb, but also its light shines through that light bulb and affects the area surrounding, right? Illuminates the area surrounding the light bulb. So it's, even though it's inside, but expands, right? So the spirit says, in a certain sense, it may be said that it is outside the body. It's not an envelope of the body, however. So, the soul, the spirits explain, has two envelopes. The first is light and subtle, which we can call the perispirit. The other is dense, material, or heavy, which is the body. The soul is the center of these two envelopes, like a nut in its shell, as we have already said, right? So the soul inside the body, when we say that, it's not like enclosed like a cage, but the spirit is inside the body, but the spirit has, but it acts much more than just from your skin inside, right? You can feel the magnetic field that the spirit produces, outside the body too. Then on question 143, Kardec asks, why don't all spirits define the soul in the same way, right? So if we ask, what is the soul? Many people, different educations, different religions, different opinions and mindsets, right? They might define that differently. And the spirit says that that is natural, because not all spirits are equally enlightened regarding these matters. There are spirits who are still limited, who do not comprehend abstract ideas. They are like the children living among you. There are also pseudo-learned spirits who make a big show of words in order to assert themselves, another similarity to your society. Furthermore, even enlightened spirits may express themselves in different terms that have the same meaning, especially regarding matters that our language is incapable of clarifying. Hence the need for the allegories and comparisons that you unfortunately take literally, right? So because this is a complex topic, it needs for us to not, to really be there and wanting to think and to compare and to contrast and to find middle ground and to understand what one person, when they use this word, what their meaning, or when a spirit in a communication says something, we cannot just take things literally, because it's not so simple, right? And then Kardec Kardec asks, then what is to be understood by the word soul? And here's like a typo. It says world, but it's the word, the term soul. So the Spirit says that the term is the universal principle of life and the intelligence from which individualities are born, but frequently those who use this expression do not understand it. The word soul is so flexible that everyone interprets it according to their own imaginings. At times, it has even been held that the earth itself had a soul, but by this, we must understand it to mean that the assembly of devoted spirits who direct your actions in the right direction when you listen to them, and who are, in a way, the lieutenants of God on your globe. So these are the things that I wanted to highlight about this. So as we go to the very last part here about materialism, right? And I wanted to actually skip to the last question on this chapter, but it has an answer of 2.5 pages. This question 148, right? So here the question to the spirits from Kardec is, isn't it odd that materialism is a consequence of studies that should, on the contrary, show humankind the superiority of the intelligence governing the world? Should we therefore conclude that such studies are dangerous? And the spirits say, it's not true that materialism is a consequence of some studies. It's not the consequence of philosophy, of science. That's not. The Spirit says, rather, it is people who draw a false conclusion from them, for they can abuse even the very best of everything. Moreover, nothingness troubles them more than they would have you to believe, and high-minded individuals are almost always more boastful than brave. Most of them are materialists because they have nothing available to fill the void of the abyss that has opened before them. However, throw them a life preserver and they will eagerly grab onto it, right? And then Kardec comes with a lot of reflections. He asks a lot of questions here as he expands a little bit more into this materialism topic. He says, isn't it an aberration of the intelligence that leads some to see nothing in organic beings but the action of matter as a basis of all our actions? They see nothing in the human body except an electrical apparatus, and they have not studied the mechanisms of life except in the functioning of the organs. They have seen life extinguished many times by ruptured arteries, but they perceive nothing except that artery, right? They have tried to discern whether or not they might be something else, but they have found nothing but inert matter. Moreover, since they have not seen the soul escape or been able to capture it, they have concluded that everything rests in the properties of matter, and thus, after death, the mind is reduced to nothingness, right? So here, I think it's where Kardec really, it's linking the beginning with the end of this chapter, right? So we started to ask, the first section is, what is the purpose of incarnation, right? So if you don't believe that life goes on, that the spirit does not survive the physical body after death, then that's what, you would think. So he says that would be a sad conclusion, but if it were true, because then good and evil would have no meaning, right? So why be good if there's nothing after? We just have a short amount of time that we do not even know how much, 50 years, 75 years, 2 months, we don't know. And he says people would be justified in thinking only of themselves and in placing the satisfaction of material pleasures among anything else. Social ties would be broken and the holiest affections would be destroyed forever, right? So if you think like that, all our loved ones, right, there is comfort in thinking that all that love, all that relationship, it is not just waste. But if we don't believe in the afterlife, then that's all over, right? So those affections, right, would be destroyed forever. And Kardec says, fortunately, these ideas are far from being the rule, right? And one could even say that they are very circumspect, composed of nothing more than individual opinions and nowhere erected as a doctrine. A society found on such a basis would contain its own seed of dissolution, and its members would tear each other to pieces like wild animals, right? So this is really why we study, right, the Spiritism, why it's like using reason to understand, and also living in a way that it goes in line with what we believe, right? So here he starts talking about humans instinctively hold the conviction that things do not end for them once life is over. They abhor the idea of nothingness, but also science, right? More and more we see research in the area of the consciousness is staying right after death. And some of the areas where researchers are looking into a lot of this is through the experiences of near death, right? Studying that phenomena, then we can have some more information, right, on this idea that, there is something that uh, and in this case, the spirit who actually takes care, that commands this body. And once the body does, it still continues. Some call the spirit, other calls the consciousness. But again, like the spirits already told us, sometimes it's a question of language. And if we really try to understand each other, we could learn much more than start fighting and to see who is right and who is wrong, right? Because sometimes we are approaching things from different angles, and that is the important thing, right? It's that if it's a universal truth, then it will be available for a lot of different people to know, and in different cultures at different times. And then if we think that there's nothing, like the end of this paragraph here says, that even the good that I have done will be forgotten by the ingrates I've served, and there's nothing to compensate me for this. No prospect except for my body being devoured by worms. That is kind of really, like Kardec says, horrifying and chilling picture, right? It sure is. So, we really should believe in the soul. But it says here, is it correct to believe that we have a soul? But what is it? Does it have any kind of form or appearance? Is it limited or undefined being? Some say it's a breath of God, others say it's a spark, while others state that it's part of the great whole, the principle of life and intelligence. But what does all this offers us? What does having a soul matter to us if after death it will be merged with the immensity like drops of water in the ocean? Is losing our individuality not the same as nothingness? It's also said that the soul is immaterial, but we cannot define the proportions of something that is immaterial. Then we can say that maybe that is nothing, right? So Kardec asks a lot of questions here, but all the answers the spirits already gave us in this beginning here. And in this last paragraph here, it's where Spiritism as a science through mediumship can help us to understand more, to know more about the soul, right? And the that the soul also it exists, but also that it does not die. It's immortal, right? It does not die with the physical body death. So it's usually stated that no one has ever returned to give us an account of what exists over there, right? In the beyond, in the spiritual realm. But, this is an error, right? Because Spiritism, has so many books, so many examples of really the spirits through the Spiritist phenomena, through the spirit communication, right? That we know what is there. Kardec says, thanks to the spirit's communication, the matter no longer involves pure conjecture, nor it's solely a probability that each one paints at will, or something that poets embellish with their fictions or dress up in allegorical images that seduces us. Instead, is a reality that has shown its face to us, is that actual beings from beyond the grave have come to tell us about their situation there and what they do there. They have allowed us to watch, so to speak, the events of their new life, thereby showing us the inevitable fate reserved for us according to our own merits or wrongs. Is there anything anti-Christian in this? Some people would say yes, but we do believe quite the contrary, since these believers have found faith as a result and lukewarm have enjoyed a renewal of zeal and confidence, right? Hence, Spiritism is Christianity's most powerful aid. If such is the case, it is because God has allowed. God enables it to reanimate our wavering hopes and lead us onto the path of the good through hope for the future, right? So, as the final thought, I just wanted to leave you guys with this, do you believe in the afterlife? Does that make sense to you? That the soul survive, right? The death of the body. If so, how are we living our lives? With a spiritual view or with a materialistic view, right? If we can live our lives according to our beliefs, then we have more of a chance to have a more peaceful experience, right? And a more fulfilling too. And that is what I had for today.
I believe my connection is not very good.
We can hear you, Marceli. Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I can't see. Okay, now I can see myself. Was like all black here. I couldn't see it. I wasn't sure if you were hearing me. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much.
No problem.
The Spirits book is a complex book, right? So we need to study that, right? Like in depth, right? Like in deep. We cannot like only read. We need to study, right? Making notes, as you said. Like I have my book here with some notes. Yeah, this is the best way to start and to understand like those things, right? That we all need to know. Thank you so much
No
for your
problem.
questions. And we do have question. Ay. Sometimes my computer doesn't help.
No problem. I can read it if you want to. So it says how Spiritism
Okay.
can help us to accelerate
Yeah.
our progress. Can we skip some steps, or the law is the same to all creatures? Yeah, there's no skipping, right? As I was reading this chapter, it's like, the things that we usually, as very immature children, we don't want is the things that we need for our progress, right? Of course, we would not want any temptations or any vicissitudes or anything like that. We wanted everything nice and beautiful and great, and comfortable. But that's not what is going to test us to see what stage we are, or that's going to give an opportunity for us to co-create in a more positive way, right? So there's no skipping. I think Spiritism help us, because if we understand the purpose of the incarnation, like we started here, right? If we understand that everything that happens, if we believe that God is just, so everything that happens must have a reason too, and that reason has to be just because God is just, then it help us take a breath and kind of say, okay, I'm responsible for this, but nothing is lost. It's not a punishment. It's an opportunity for me to change,
It's her
right?
mercy,
Now,
right?
sorry.
It's her mercy, right?
Yes, and I'm not alone. It's really, it was not like, okay, go there now and suffer. No, go there now and repair or learn more. But everything else around us, it's also prepared. We are prepared for that too, or else we would not be facing those things. So I think Spiritism brings us a very uh, a very real idea of the incarnation. The purpose is not something very poetic or romantic. It's very real, but it's very comforting too, and very encouraging. So I think that's what, if we see things this way, then most likely we're going to make more better choices, and then we will not need so many incarnations for the same problems, because hopefully you will learn.
It's true. True. Yes. Thank you so much.
No
Yeah,
problem.
this was the questions for today.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if anybody else like who is watching today or is gonna watch another day, we posted the link, so they can download the Spiritist book, and they
Mhm.
can read all like the whole chapter, the whole book, right?
Yes, and you can be following with us too, as we're,
Yeah, once a month we do our Spirits book talk, right?
yes.
So
And people could look for the recordings of the others and then just follow with us as
yes,
we are covering the book. Yes.
all is the sequence, right?
Yes.
So once again, thank you so much, my friend, for your reflections, your presentation. It was really good. Okay.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. And we thank everyone for the participation in the chat as well. Okay, so now we will move to the preparation for tonight's spiritual treatment. PAS is a transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. PAS help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with health and positive energy. PAS help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with oh, sorry. I just I just repeated. In order to receive the best benefit from PASes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes if you wish to help with mentalization. During the PAS, the water you set aside, you will also absorb the spiritual energy that you and your family can benefit from. So we will now make a prayer, a final prayer, in preparation for the PAS, which will be our closing prayer as well. Okay, so I invite everyone to close your eyes if you wish and feel comfortable. Elevate our thought. And in this good vibration, let's think about God and His mercy. his love. And let's thank him for the opportunity to be here one more Tuesday in order to learn more about our real life, learn more about the Spiritism, this truth that we really need to learn to understand more about what we are doing in this life and what and how we want to be when we pass to the other side, to the real life. So let's pray for the good spirits to help us with the inspiration, instructions, to help us to evolve ourselves, to make this incarnation the best incarnation we we can do, so we can progress ourselves, we can become a better person, better people, and we can learn the Jesus teachings and put into practice in our life. Master Jesus, we thank you everything that you have done for us. We ask you to protect us, our family, our friends, protect people all around the world, and especially the names who are on the vibration list. May they can benefit from this spiritual care. They can receive all the love, all the good energy, and the healing that they need. Please, Jesus, spread your love all around the world, especially in the countries that are in war. And we ask you your protection, your love, and your mercy today and always. So be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capharnaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, His warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust Him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Conference Americas at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and next Saturday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. And don't forget to follow us on Spiritism Canada on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Spirit Group Path of Light on Facebook as well. Have a good night.
Come on, my friend, come to the light. Here with all our heart and soul, let's follow Jesus Christ. Let us preach the peace, let us preach the love. And this world already wonderful will be much more. Get up, look at the sky, in the earth where the flowers bloom with sunshine. Let's hold our hands and be together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world.